Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is Terry Chasteen and from Washington DC. We're going to work on a little bit of cha-cha-cha today, a nice little combination medley of cha-cha and rumba together. The rumba we're not going to cover because we've covered that in one of the earlier videos. So go back to that basic beginner rumba video that we have American Style online and at our channel. Just subscribe to our channel there and it'll come up in the past. We've got a number of different things. We're trying to get a lot of stuff out here before this pandemic is over so people can get some exercise, have some fun time with families and friends inside until we get back out to normal. So this is one of our ways of just sort of dealing with all of this, and it's going to be a fun little combination of rumba and cha-cha. However, as I mentioned, we're not going to work on the rumba. Go back to that video and that'll cover that pretty much completely. So the cha-cha, the song we're going to use is Michael Buble's Sway, and during the song itself, there's a little change in the music for it, so that's where it goes back from rumba to cha-cha-cha to rumba to cha-cha-cha. I'm going to show you how to do the cha-cha number one, a basic pattern, so the whole family can do it. And even if you're not a dancer, it's not a problem. And I'm going to show you how to go back and forth between rumba and cha-cha, because there are several songs that work like this, such for instance, Frankie Valli, I love you, baby. That's goes from rumba to cha-cha, back to rumba, back to cha-cha. It's a fun little combination if you're social dancing or just practicing on your own to be able to combine these things together. So I'm going to do this a little bit with the music, and then as we see where it fits in there, I'm going to then break it down step by step. Just the intro, and we'll start with the rumba.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway, like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease, when you dance you have to play with me, stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique.
With that little change in the music, we're going to change in our dance. The whole song is sort of in between a little bit of rumba and cha-cha-cha, and there's enough change in the attitude of the artist that you can jump from one to another. So I want to break down first the cha-cha-cha. It's 4/4 timing, 4 beats per bar. Every quarter note gets a beat. The timing on the cha-cha, if you count it, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3. Cha-cha-cha is the 4 and 1. So I'm going to start with either a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, or I can start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. I'm going to start with the left foot first. You can start the cha-cha on that one beat. So the one beat, if you think of it as the cha-cha as a straight line, unlike rumba, which is a box, the cha-cha is more of a straight line. So if I start on the side step on the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, or I can start on the right side step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So the cha-cha basic itself is side, back, replace, side together, side, forward, replace, side together, side, back, replace, side together, side, forward, replace. So I can also start it on the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1. That's your basic cha-cha pattern. I'm going to do it from the front, so it's easier when you do it with me. If I back the camera, I say this is stage front, so you don't get dyslexic trying to figure out what I'm doing. But I'm going to do it from the front, just to show it from the front. So if I start with my left foot, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So the 4 and 1 are the bars are 1, 2, 3, 4. But the and 1 begins the next bar, but the cha-cha-cha is right in the middle of those. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So as in Rumba, if you go back to the other video, in Rumba we had a crossover break where we went from one side to another, 2, 3, 4, forward, replace, and side. So essentially, the cha-cha, we do the same thing. We can do a crossover break, right and left, and a spot turn, just like we did in Rumba. So I want you to go back to that part and put that together, and then we're going to add this to it. So we're going to just do our basic 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 2, 3, cross over break, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Just like in Rumba, 2 basics, and then we're going to add a spot turn, 2, 3, 4, and 1, back to basic, 3, 4, and 1. The rock step is always on the 2. Now, a lot of times you might see, and the reason is that the syncopation, the extra step between 2 beats of music is between the 4 and the 1. It's not between the 2 and the 3. So if we're breaking on the 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's not what the music says. Because the syncopation in the music, this extra beat in the music, is not in the middle of the, it's in the 2, 3, 4, and 1, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is no extra syncopation in the music in that particular spot. Because we do salsa on 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and Rumba on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a tendency to break forward on the 1 because that's just what the brain sets us up to do because this muscle memory takes over. However, in cha-cha, we have to remember that the syncopation is on the middle of the bar, so we have to, the break is actually on the 2. Cha-cha came from mambo, which was salsa on 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2, 3. And back in the days of Tito Puente, they started to add a little bit of extra syncopation in mambo, and they started calling it triple mambo back then. It only lasted for a short while until it developed its own cha-cha-cha separate dance. But it actually came from mambo, as did salsa. And so everything goes back to Tito Puente in the days of the Mambo Kings. So here we go. I'm going to add this now with the crossover break, and then I'm going to add the rumba that we did before and see where we come out. So once again, I'm going to start with my left foot forward. Let's this time start with the right foot. 1, 2, 3. Because when the music changes, I could be on one side or the other. I could be on this side of the bar, or I could be on that side of the bar. So if I start on the 1 with my right, it's no problem. Or if I start with the 1, 2, 3 with my left, it's no problem. We want to be adaptable to whatever the music comes up and go into it. So this time I'm going to start with the cha-cha-cha on the right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Crossover break. 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3. One more time. 2, 3. All the way around. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Back to basic. 4 and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. All right? That's starting on the right foot. This time we're going to do it again on the left foot. So when that music changes, doesn't matter, my muscle memory is going to be ready to go into the cha-cha-cha with my right side or my left side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. 2, 3, 4, and 3. 2, 3, 4, and 4. 2, 3, 4, and crossover. 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3. We're going to do 2 sets of crossover breaks, just like we did in rumba. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Back to basic. 3, 4, and 1. All right? So, we're going to start with the rumba for the rumba part. When the cha-cha-cha kicks in, which is sort of the chorus, then you'll see us go right back into the next. Here we go.
Which way I go, weak, I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me feel as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with me. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. When marimbas start to play, hold me close, make me sway. Like an ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with me. When we did, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me.
And there you have it. A little, better turn this off.
New Tide Power Pods one up the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it one up whatever they're doing?
You have a little medley of rumba and cha-cha. They can stick together. Once again, you hear the music change a little bit. Now this has some nice little breaks in it, which gives you a chance to just stop and think about things and then go into whether we're going into the rumba or stop and then go right back into the cha-cha-cha. Michael Bulbe is a brilliant talent in that respect. He really adds a lot of character to his music. That's why I loved him from day one. Once again, if you register there on our channel, we've got a link for the music. We like to support our artists, so they let us keep using their music. My name is Terry Chasteen. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to do it from the top and sort of go through that whole process one more time so that we can get a good handle on
For sure.
actually
Seriously?
One up the power of liquid, one up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One up the power of liquid.